stay in a hotel and you might have all sorts of expectations about it, and you'd think that getting a good night's sleep would be a pretty basic one, yet so-called sleep tourism is a bit of a thing, with pillow menus and mattresses worth 15 grand. The editor of Air and Travel magazine, Eoghan Corry, has done his fair share of sleeping around in a professional capacity. Of course, afternoon, Eoghan.
Good afternoon from beautiful KwaZulu-Natal, Sean. Yes, I've done my fair share of sleeping around.
Is a lot of this hype, Eoghan, in a bed is a bed?
Yes, I would say a lot of it's eye wash, or maybe eye shade wash would probably be the appropriate phrase. Okay, what happens is you've all these major hotel groups around the world. They're all jockeying for position. They're all sort of say, we are so different from our competitors. And then one of the things they throw in is we have better pillows. Now, pillows, you might think, might be a pretty basic thing. It's what you take your white pillow cover off every summer when Kildare are playing in the championship and you wave it. But the reality is that we have an enormous investment in things like pillow menus. You've got scents. You can actually ask in advance to have lavender sprayed on your pillow. And in another way, it's not just differentiating the hotels. It's also trying to shake you down for a few more bob before you go on holiday or before you go and stay with them.
Yeah. And Dromoland Castle now has a kind of a sleep manager or something like that. A director of sleep.
Yeah, there's sleep managers. There's a director of sleep in one of the hotels. Some of the Irish hotels are very, very good at this. Our sleep is very important. Your sleep is very important to us. And they put in check boxes and they sort of say which sort of pillow, which size of pillow. Some hotels put so many pillows on your bed that you actually have to really clear the way unless you want to be sleeping next to the light bulb.
Yes. And is this making a difference? I assume if they're going out of the way to do all this stuff, it must be.
Let's clear all the pillows off the bed and talk sense here for a second. The one thing that makes a big difference to your sleep when you're in a hotel, the two things, by the way. One is your mattress. And oddly enough, some of the very basic budget hotels, the travel lodges, whatever, put a huge investment into mattresses. And there are other hotels that you can buy the mattress. You can actually order the mattress for your home. And there has been a lot of thought put into mattresses. The second bit, and this is a bit that hotels get wrong all the time, how do you turn off the friggin' light?
Oh.
I have been in Asian hotels where you spent 20 minutes, 30 minutes trying to work out how to turn off the light. I've had to phone reception in a hotel in Hobart in Tasmania, and this sort of condescending guy looks at me and says, it's behind the headboard. So if you lie on the bed and put your hand up behind the headboard, there's a switch to turn off the light.
For God's sake.
There was another place in Singapore, and it was a foot. You have to hit a particular point of the floor. It switches off the light. At this stage, Sean, in many hotels, I've just given up trying to turn off their lights. My great friend, James Ruger, he's a former beat poet. He works for Travel Pulse, the website in New York. And he has a phrase, which I quote very often, as complicated as an Asian hotel room.
Also as well, actually in my experience, like what I would normally do, especially if it's during spring or summer, the first thing I do when I go into a hotel room is turn off the radiators, because I can't be bothered taking out the massive book that tells you how to turn the heating off.
That's fight and talk now, Sean.
Yeah.
You're looking for a lot of things there.
Yeah.
And when it comes to trying to operate the shower, how do you get hot water to come out from the top, from what's over your head as opposed to what's coming at you from just under your armpit? All of these are situations that hoteliers, they invest very heavily in technology, and they are very proud to tell you on their website all the wonderful things their hotel room can do. But I've never seen a section saying, how do you actually turn them off?
Yeah. There's almost a bang of the more complicated it seems, and the more at sea the poor guest might be as a result of this, the more kind of high quality the hotel is.
There's a bit of emperor's new clothes in this. Who's going to tell them that all of this amazing technology is infuriating guests rather than attracting them? And the other problem is, once one hotel chain puts them in, all the others start joining in, and it becomes a little bit of a competition. My inbox is full of press releases about sleep tourism at the moment, which is basically your intro on this, because that has become the thing of 2023, 2024. We're going to make you help. We're going to help our guests sleep for a better night. But the real probable issue is that they're going to sleep a better night because they've just spent an hour and a half of headspace trying to work out how to turn off the light before they go to sleep in the first place.
Owen, thanks a million as ever. That's Eoghan Corry there, editor of Air and